What's up everyone, my name is Josh and this is Josh Unbox and welcome back to another video. And for today's topic, I kind of want to talk about reassessing your collection or reassessing your investment portfolio. So whichever side of the coin you're on, whether you're a collector or whether you're an investor, I think it's very important or it's very good to always reassess what you have. In a video that I talked about a long time ago, I talked about setting goals. And I think when you set these goals and as you're trying to obtain those goals, it's very important to pause and reassess where you're at right now. So this is where I'm at in terms of reassessing your collection or reassessing your investment portfolio. So one thing I like to do once in a while is sit back, sit down, take a look at what I got. Take a look at my PC, take a look at my investment portfolio and see if there's any opportunity for me to kind of trade up or move up. So I have a bunch of Kobe Bryant PCs cards. Are there any cards in there that I'm not particularly in love with that I can try to move to obtain a card that I really love instead, or a card that I really want? You know, kind of trading your way up to a bigger Kobe Bryant card or to a bigger PC card, right? Same thing with an investment portfolio. You look at your investments, you look at what's gone up, right? You look at what's gone down. You look at the potential of what those cards can become, and you start asking yourself these questions. Should I cut my losses now and move this card to be able to put it into another card? Do I take my profits now from this card and use that to move it into another card? Or where do I see this card going 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? You know, those types of questions I ask myself when I reassess my investment portfolio. And on the collector side of the coin, I reassess my cards as to which cards do I not really love anymore, or which cards am I willing to let go to be able to move up to a bigger card. Because the overall goal for myself, I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but it's to work my way up to get those cards that I felt like I would not be able to ever obtain. You know, these high grade or these grail cards that I feel are cards that you know I've always wanted to get, because you never want to say never. In order to get something that you really want, you might have to put a little more effort into it. You might have to put the work in to try to get those things. You know, I'm always trying to reassess my collection and my investment portfolio, being a collector slash investor, and trying to see if there's any opportunity for me to kind of work my way up. And then somewhere down the line again, we reassess one more time and say, okay, am I able to move this card to move up to another card? Am I going to be okay moving this card and going up to another card, trading up, if you will? And that's, you know, and that is another topic for itself, because it really deals with the emotional aspect of collecting and investing. Because, you know, it's hard. Me personally, I feel like it's hard to detach myself emotionally from these things. Whether you feel strongly about a card that it'll move up and you decide not to move it at all because you have that feeling that it'll continue to rise, or you have a card that you have a personal attachment to. Now, I'm not trying to say get rid of the cards that you're personally attached to or you personally love. I think as a collector, you're constantly reassessing your cards and trying to figure out, okay, am I okay with letting go of this card? And then on the investor side, it's more like, okay, if I let this card go now, where can I put that money? Can I put that money into something else? So I think those are very important points to think about, especially when you're dealing with your collection or investing. And for all of us in this hobby here, and the way the sports card market has been for the past year, there's a lot of people who are a mix of collectors and investors, myself included. I feel it's very important to reassess your collection and your investment portfolio to see where you're at and reassess your goals as well. Sometimes those things help, you know, especially during the dog days of the cycles. You know, if you're dabbling in one sport, whether it's basketball, baseball, football, hockey, soccer, then there's going to be those downtimes. And during those downtimes, you're going to have to figure out, reassess your collection, see where you want to go, and go from there. I think that's an important area to discuss. I don't think many people talk about it as much. I mean, sure, you hear the term consolidation, but do people really try to have a discussion in regards to that? You hear people talk about it all the time. Consolidating my collection. You hear people, or you see people on Instagram doing a story sale, you know, trying to sell their cards to work their way up. But I think it's very important to talk about these things so that way we can work our way up. Everyone has to start somewhere. It doesn't magically happen where we're able to obtain the cards that we want, especially for those with a smaller budget or a limited budget who want to work their way up while enjoying the hobby. Yeah, those are just my thoughts on this topic. Whether you agree or disagree, go ahead and sound off below. If you found some value in this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. And with that being said, my name is Josh, and I'll see you guys in the next video later.